Supreme Rises, gods and goddesses. 1 second, let me turn this music down. There we go. Hope all is well with everyone. Thank you for joining me again at Royal Phoenix Rising. This is a continuation from part 2. Let me see, part 2. Yeah, this is a continuation from part 2. Okay. I'd like to first give honor and gratitude to my ancestors, my spirit guides, the Creator, the universe, and the cosmos for allowing me the opportunity to be a living testament. I'm kind of I'm in a meditative state. You know, I've been receiving downloads, and it's, you know, when you go through an awakening period, and I'm pretty much going through that right now. But regardless of what I'm going through personally, the ancestors really, you know, they push for me to still give these messages out to you, you know, regardless of how I currently feel, you know, because it's not about me right now. There's information that needs to be shared, so I'm sharing, you know, it is my responsibility to present this information to you. So last video ended with me speaking about I forgot to mention, I didn't write any notes either. I just decided to just roll with the flow. And please forgive me if I'm closing my eyes a lot. I'm just like, I'm kind of, you know, really going through it. But they told me to try. They say try it. So the last video ended with me speaking about the sexual demonic demons that were attached to me, and that has gotten attached to me in the past through sexual intercourse with different encounters, you know. But what did I say? But okay, so the last video ended with me talking about the sexual. Come on, get it together, girl. I'm human, y'all. I'm trying. I'm trying. So my experiences, you know, my sexual experiences led to a lot of demonic entities attaching themselves to me, which caused a lot of chaotic behavior and a lot of chaotic mental instability and spiritual instability, also physical, which explains how it was actually visible. You understand? That's why a lot of people tell me now I look different than I did before. Then my aura was so dim due to this, due to the instability that I was experiencing. Also, a part of that experience being having demonic entities being attached to you through via sex, through sexual intercourse. Those experiences, by me having so many demons attached to me, was causing, was also attracting those same energies to me as well. So that played a major role, and because we were not taught these things, you understand? But it played a major role to the people that were attracted, that I was attracting to me. You attract that which you are. So I will attract individuals who possess, it just like, it was just more, just piling on more and more and more, as the time went on. Because when I will encounter with someone else who has sexual demonic entities attached to them, when I would have sexual intercourse with them, those demons would attach themselves to me too. So imagine having, imagine the amount of partners, individual would, I won't mention my body count right now, but imagine the amount of partners, imagine the amount of demons that has attached themselves to a particular person via so many sexual partners. You understand what I'm saying? So it was a lot going on. It was a lot of depths to what has taken place in my life that I was unaware of until, I truly awakened. And once I awakened, well, I was actually speaking about my childhood in the previous videos, and my upbringing within the Hebrew Israelite community. But okay, slow down. All right. Okay, yeah. So I'll just stop here with this particular part because I need to get back to what I was saying about the Hebrew Israelite community. So yeah, I wasn't clear about that until I awakened, and then I began to be, have a better understanding. And I will also share my story of how I purged from those sexual transmitted demons. Okay, demonic entities that were attached to me. So my upbringing, more of what I experienced, or more about the culture, should I say? A lot I did not mention prior to. I really did not get to. You understand? I really didn't get to. But more about the culture. It was, as I mentioned in the previous video, very strict culture. Very, very strict. Back in the day. I'm not speaking about the currently, as I mentioned, it's not as strict as it was before. And for those who do not know, I am no longer a part of the Hebrew Israelite community. If you did not check out the first 3 videos or 4 videos, I suggest that you do, given the fact that this is just a continuation. Okay? So, growing up, I had a lot of mental conflict going on. I mean, it just piled on. The older I got, the more, it was just, the more I experienced and the worse my situation got for myself. I want an angel. In one of the videos, I forgot to mention, I had this thing about babies, so wicked. I used to pinch babies when I was younger. I was probably like 3, 7, not 3. Yeah, 3, like from 3 to 7, something like that, 7, 9. I had a friend of mine, and we would pinch babies. It was just, we couldn't stand babies. I don't know why. I don't think that I did not like babies, but it was something about the demon that was attached to me that just felt that the babies were so vulnerable. They just, it just, it is just so wicked. When I think back, it's like, why would you do something like that? You understand? But I had a best friend, and her and yeah, I forgot to talk about her. I had a best friend, a friend, and Bonnie and Clyde type. We had kind of like Bonnie and Clyde type of relationship. Me and this particular girl, and we would hang out a lot. Let's say like from the age of, I can't even remember the ages. Probably like 7 until 12. It was something like that, but we will always just get in trouble. We will always just do bad things together. You understand? So I definitely was not innocent. All these bad things happened to me. Why they happening to me? No. But the root cause of why I was doing the things that I was doing was because of the demonic entities. First of all, allow me to explain something to you. You see, before I even say this, you know what? Let me speak on this because I have to speak on this. I take full responsibility for everything that I've done throughout my life. However, I don't feel that it's right, and I don't feel that it's just how everything turned out. I don't feel that it's just. It's like, had I known, I wouldn't have made the choices that I've made, but I had no idea. I was being played. My entire life was a lie. My entire life was just. If you ever watched the Newman's show, something like that, with Jim Carrey, starring Jim Carrey, that was my life. A lie. And as I mentioned, I do take responsibility for what I've done. However, I still feel that it was just so unfair. I just feel like everything was unfair. From the moment I was born, it was just unfair. Although I feel that it was unfair, it was. I feel that it was unfair. However, I did do things in a past life to deserve this. In my past life to actually deserve it. The situation with my mother and I, she would literally manipulate me, like manipulate my thoughts to do bad things and then beat me for it. And it's like, these epiphanies, like that epiphany didn't come to me until like 2 days ago. But she would manipulate me to do bad things, and then I would get punished for it. Me having those demonic entities attached to me, without notice, causing me to make bad decisions. Was one of the main reasons why. Everyone has a reason why. You understand? And it's not fair that someone would say something like, she don't. It's unfair for people to punish you or to blame you for something that you was never aware of, to begin with. Had I had an awareness of that would have been a totally different understanding. But I didn't have that awareness. I did not have that understanding, nor that level of consciousness to even relate to to this level of awareness that I'm currently at. But I don't victimize myself, but I do speak on exactly what happened. I tell the story exactly how it is, and a lot of times people don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear you speak about the things that you've been through. They call that victimization. No, victimization. Did I say that right? Victimizing. But anyway, I don't victimize myself. I tell it like it is. I tell the version of me being the victim, and then I will tell the version of me being a victor. I like to touch bases on both. The victim from the victim standpoint and the victor standpoint, because it's like at the end of the day, I did come out victorious. Okay, at the end of the day, I did win, and winners are not victims. We're victors. You understand what I'm saying? You can't win if you feel that you are a victim. You cannot win in life, and you will not win in life playing the victim. But it is okay to speak about it. It is okay to speak about it and to put your feelings in it, how you felt. It is okay. I'm all for that. But don't get stuck there. Tell the part you play, or tell the version of you being a victor as well, not just a victim. And that's the difference. So I touch bases on both. You understand what I'm saying? I touch bases on both. The woman did what she did. The guy did what he did. My dad and I, you know what? That's still shady. Both of them just shady altogether. You understand? It's just shady. But I speak about it all. You understand? I speak about it all because that is my truth. Whether anyone accepts it or not, it is my truth. So, moving forward, as I was saying, a lot of things I was not aware of, and since I'm on topic, I might as well discuss. These religious beliefs, the Hebrew Israelite community is an establishment. That foundation was established one second, I got a download coming through right now. That's so unrelated. Alright, so as I was saying, the Hebrew Israelite community establishment, the foundation of that is not some righteous belief system. It is the exact opposite. A lot of people ask questions. We asked so many questions. So many people spoke about it. So many people cried about it. You cannot really there's no more to speak about when it comes to the pedophilia that has taken place, the rape situations, and everything being swept under the rug. You see, a lot of people did not know the root of that. You never knew the root of that. But it never made sense to you how someone can be so evil that they will cover up child molestation. It's like you could never put your finger. No one could ever put their finger on how they were allowing that. You see, even when they thought they were punishing people, it was never really a punishment. Because those same people were allowed to do what they were doing. They were allowed to do what they were doing. So dig this. Throughout the entire history of the establishment of the Hebrew Israelite community, the entire history, they have an entire history of allowing pedophiles to take advantage of these babies and these children and these young adults. Excuse me. I apologize about that. But they have an entire history of allowing these people, after they sexually abuse children, to freely walk around to this very day. No one knew why. You could never put your finger on it, but you knew good and goddamn well something was not right about that. You knew it. You knew it. Your mothers knew it. Your brothers and your sisters knew it. But yet you still follow that religion, regardless of what you saw firsthand. You still follow that religious belief and that religious belief system, regardless of what you saw firsthand with your own eyes. You saw how the leadership would handle situations that was very unjust to the people of the community, but yet you still follow that religious belief system. Why? You allowed them to mind fuck you in such a way. How is it that the leadership did not ever take care of these situations? You saw that. But yet, you made a conscious choice to turn a blind eye to it all. And no, we worship Yah. They call their oh wow, I just came out that move real quick. But they call their God Yah. All right. So moving along. You still allow these, not you allow, but they still allow these things, right? But it never dawned on you why. I mean, a lot of people ask why. How could you? How could they? In the moment someone like myself who finally put their finger on it, who finally figured the shit out, what was going on, why they was allowing it. Now I'm crazy. Now the very people you was, oh, I can't believe they would do such a thing. They would defend this person. And then when someone like myself come out with the truth, oh, I can't believe she would say that about the community. But it's like what? It's a mind fuck. They got you all like this in the palm of their hands, using their religion. Now, let's get down to the bottom of it. Underneath the surface, the root, the depths of it all, why they allow it, why it has gone on. You see, from my experience, I start to look around like, hold on, who else is experiencing this shit that I'm going through? And I see a lot of other people experiencing my experience. You never knew why you were always so drawn back to this place. But I can tell you one thing, your parents played a major role in that. That's why you will always come back. They always come back. At some point or another, they always come back. You know why? Because you are so tied to this place. Not to this place, either to your parents or some other. My guy's ancestor said parents. Either through one of your parents. Well, they said, yeah, it's concrete. It's concrete. So you are being guided. You are always here. You are always being drawn back here. You were always being drawn back here because of your parents. Now, let's get down to the depths of it. You see, what has taken place throughout the entire history of the community, the Hebrew Israelite community, their entire religious belief system, is a lie. I repeat, it is a lie. Based on my own personal experiences, they practice they worship a satanic demonic entity, and they practice the satanic rituals, which includes children, their own, and their grandbabies. Now, from my experience, I realized how after my mother soul tied myself to her, right? After she did that whatever ritual, they do this when the children are babies. They allow these demonic entities to possess them. First of all, those are not people walking around there. It's mainly the older adults, the first people who came here. Now they allow these demonic entities to possess them, take over their body. What these entities do, they molest their children, babies. And then once the children begin to get older, they start practicing violence, abuse. They abuse them to break them down so that they will no longer feel remorse or any type of human, no longer feel, the feelings of, a typical human will feel. So they will break them down to a point whereas they will beat them, they will abuse them in such a way that it creates mental illnesses. It creates split personality disorders. It creates them dissocializing from society. It's like a disconnect between them and in reality. By allowing them to, it's pretty much they can control. It's like by doing this, attaching their souls to their children, their children are puppets. All of this was created. All of this, the entire establishment, the entire purpose of this was to prevent these pure souls from being pure. Oh, and I forgot to mention, they prey on the young babies because they need that purity. They need that pure soul in order to do so. In the article I read, it said something about Christ, those who have the soul of Christ. Meaning, like myself, I was pure. I am pure now. But when I was born, I was pure. I was the one chosen in my bloodline to break that generational curse of what was taking place. All of my siblings are now, they are still programmed under my mother. She controlled all of them while convincing them that their own decisions is their own decisions. Or what they're doing is like, it's pretty much like them, their own thoughts, you know what I'm saying? But she controlled them. Now, once the children get older, all of this was to prevent them from stepping into their birthrights, from reclaiming their birthrights. And because their souls were pure, they will use them also for rituals as well. to perform different rituals as well. I remember a lot of strange ass scenarios, and this shit like really hit me because at first I used to have flashes of being, you know, being around candles and shit, but I never understood. I thought that was Shabbat Seder. I'm sorry, Shabbat Seder. That's like the before every Friday night they have this you know, like church. Yeah, so they would have that Friday night because they uphold the Sabbath, and the Sabbath isn't even on the Sabbath, on the 7th day of every week. So anyway, I thought that was that. But anyway, memories starting to come back, and I'm starting to see things, you know. But I'm starting to understand things clearer. I was trying not to allow this video to be so long, because now I'm gonna have to do another one. So anyway, my mood swing changed because my ancestor came through, and she just like when that happens, like the ancestors will come through, they will hug you, and and they will send you a healing energy, or an energy to lift your spirit. They do that. So that's how my mood swing changed. I want y'all to think I'm crazy or something. But I'm gonna go back to my meditative state after I'm done. But anyway, yeah. So they will pray on these babies, right, on these children and things as such. And then once they get older and they begin to have more children of their own, what they would do, they would then play the role of the perfect grandmother and the perfect grandfather, and then they will attach their babies to them and do the same to their babies. And that's how I know what happened to my children. That's why my mother is so paranoid when these social workers want to talk to my children one-on-one. She never wants that. She's always, no, you can't come, she literally told them they cannot talk to my children by themselves. At first I didn't find anything suspicious about it, but after I came into all this understanding, it's like, So she's afraid that they will speak to my children alone because of what they would tell her, what they would tell them. You see, my children, they know some things. My mom trained them to close their mouth like she trained me to close my mouth. Whatever she done to them, she has wiped their memories like she did with myself. But with me, because I'm so sharp, all I knew was something happened in my childhood that I cannot remember. That's all I knew. It's a black. It was just this blackness. That was then, before all this understanding came. But all I knew, it was just this dark hole that happened in my childhood, and I held on to that. That was my subconscious mind. Throughout my entire life, not let me forget something happened, figure out what happened, but I just never had, because I never was tuned in. I never tapped into, my vibration. I was not vibrating at a high frequency to do so. I was not aligned with my higher self to do so. But once I came into the alignment, this alignment is when I began to understand. And when a lot of things began to be revealed to me. So their memories has been wiped like my memories was wiped. The way they communicate with my parents, all that, I've been there, done that. I see that. Like, I see it on them. I see it on them. Especially my twins. Especially my twins. Now, the entities that attach themselves to these people, they're mainly male entities, right? So if you're male, you're going to crave females, right? Or girls, or women, or whatnot, right? So that male, that demonic entity that sexually abused me, and that has possession over her, is a masculine entity. Regarding to when it comes to my father, first of all, I don't even think that is my father, given the fact that still, after this information was revealed to me, no information about him was revealed to me yet. However, facts still remain. I am Rh negative, and both of them are not Rh negative. Because if they were Rh negative, the rest of my brothers and sisters would be Rh negative, and they aren't. So who you fooling? And that is scientifically proven. So who you fooling? Now he's strange, and his little, what the part he plays in this is strange, because he never defended me. He never protected me. He never protected me. I was never protected by this guy, ever, ever. He always came after what's the situations to bring me back home, type of shit. But I could never call on him, or when I would call on, or when I did, no. He wasn't there. He did not protect me. I was never protected, not from her. I was never protected from anyone, by anyone. So I learned to protect myself and do what the heck I gotta do to protect myself. So as I got older, I became dangerous. Like, you don't want to mess with me, especially after what I went through. You don't want to mess with me, because I got a lot of shit I'm trying to take out. You know? That's how I was. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit I'm trying to take out on motherfuckers. So you ain't trying to mess with me. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to mess with me. I'll take you out. That's how I was. I got sick and tired of being taken advantage of. To the point I became nuts, loco, psycho, stabbing people type of shit. Don't come for me. Don't touch me. I'm tired. Leave me. Stop hurting me. I got tired. It's only but so much a person can take. It's only but so much a person can take, goddamn. But I got tired of that shit. Everywhere I fucking went. It was another motherfucker trying to pick on me on some type of shit. For no motherfucking reason. Or gotta say some shit because I'm pretty. Or gotta chuckle at some motherfucking shit because, you know, I carry myself a certain kind of way, or I dress this way, or I like, come on now. I got tired of that shit. So I had to create a name for myself. And I created a name for myself. Oh, she's a psycho bitch. Don't play with her. Oh, she crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. I see you ain't. What's up? It's either I was going to be that, or I was going to be everybody punching bag. So I decided not to be nobody punching bag. Like, no. At a certain point, I got sick and tired. I got sick and I got 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 tired. Even as an adult. As an adult, I really didn't fight much. I didn't fight much as an adult. I can really remember, well, in my abusive relationship, the 3-year abusive relationship, yeah, I fought back. You know what I'm saying? You put your hands on me, you ain't leaving me no choice. You know what I'm saying? We can talk, you can say whatever you want about me, but when you put your hands on me, you ain't leaving me no choice but to lay your ass out. So in an abusive relationship, I fought back. It wasn't, it wasn't a typical abusive relationship. You know, I'm getting my ass beat and, X, Y, and Z. No, I fought back. I beat that guy's ass a lot of times. And I do not regret it. Shouldn't put your hands on me. Put your hands on a goddamn queen. You crazy? Don't you ever put your hands on a woman. And that goes for every guy.
You got to teach your sons. We have to teach our sons. Don't they ever put their hands on a divine feminine, on a woman, on a girl. That shit is played. It's played. I feel so a certain kind of way with my son. When my son just, you know, they not violent towards each other, but you know they will hit each other here and there. But it still gets under my skin. It triggers in my anxiety, pretty much. I experience anxiety, but it triggers my anxiety when I see them being physical with each other, you know, violent. It triggers my anxiety. So a lot of things that was that survival, you know, that was a part of my survival, one of my survival techniques as well. You know what I'm saying? I had to do what I had to do in order to survive. Yep, I had to do what I had to do. I really did. But back to my father. Speaking about him. He's just suspicious. He's always suspicious. His energy just suspicious and off. That's why my subconscious mind always repelled him. We never had a father-daughter relationship. I never had a father-daughter relationship with him. I always felt this discomfort, even as an adult. This discomfort around him. Like, I don't know why I felt I couldn't even talk to you. It's like I can. The opportunity is there, but I don't want to. I don't feel like I don't like your energy. So we didn't talk about much. My father and I didn't talk about much. Unless it was very important. When things would break in my house, he would be the mechanic. You know, he would come in and fix things and X, Y, and Z. He did that. He took out my trash. He would take my kids to the daycare, all that. He did that. But the father-daughter relationship, even growing up, we did not have. I never had. And as I got older and I began to hear the stories about the leader, I will get to that as well. I'm just gonna have to split this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Split these videos up because I gotta go pick my kids up from daycare, and we're now at 42 minutes. You understand? But as I gotten older, and I began to hear the stories about the leader, Benjamin Carter. When I began to hear those stories about him and how he would, you know, how he had sexual intercourse with his daughter. First of all, okay. I don't know, why would they wait until I literally start filming this to give me to bring this through? Why? Anyway, he been molesting one of his daughters all of her life. Until the point where she got pregnant. An ancestor said she's not the only one. The other people don't want, his other children don't speak about it much. And some of them don't remember. She was his favorite. Okay. He had one particular daughter who actually conceived a child by him. They tried to cover up by making her marry someone else while she was pregnant with the baby. And then they said that the baby belonged to that particular person. But when the baby was born, the baby favored her father to the T. This is so disgusting. My ancestors said my father knew about this. Oh my God. I can't share that right now. That is disgusting. I can't share that right now. A lot of children who are older, these older adults who are low-key bisexual, a lot of y'all don't know where that came from. You don't remember. A lot of you really don't remember. Some of you do, most of you don't. What you remember isn't when it started, is what they saying. This is so hard. Oh my God. A lot of you don't remember. What you think you know, it happened before then. With your own parents. That is why many of you are so, especially the first generation,